Well, hello everybody. It's Angie here from Our Little Home and Garden, and we are on the second half of our garden tour. The first half we covered the front yard, and the second half we're going to go through to the potager garden, check it out, and then talk about upcoming garden projects that I have for the back. So we'll just go in here through the romance garden. Romance garden is a work in project, a work in process, but it's coming along pretty good. So what we want to do is we want to put an arbor here and plant something that, now this is pretty shady. So it's got to be something that can handle some shade. This is pretty much the sunlight that it gets for most of the day in this area. But once you go through the gate, that's a different story. It gets a lot more sun. But this is what the morning sun situation is in the potager garden. So come on in. All right, so from this point on, so this is where the arbor would be, all of this empty space, as well as everything behind the raised beds, and as well as probably I want to do 3 feet on the front side, this side of the beds as well. It's going to be cottage flowers and herbs. I also want to put in some fruit trees because this is, of course, the potager garden. And what that is a kitchen garden that is combined with flowers, herbs, and vegetables. Now, we have a drainage issue because there is a hill behind us. And everybody's drainage problems, rain, whatever, comes into our yard. So this stays pretty wet right in the center area. It's one of the reasons that we did the raised beds. Also it helps keeps my dogs out of the vegetables. And so what we want to do here is just do a slate walkway and then put in some like maybe Irish moss in between the pieces. Something along those lines. But so I have a tray of perennials that are going to go back here. This is supposed to be my project over the next month, is digging this out all of this grass by hand, which I'm not looking forward to, and I really keep putting it off just because I know it's going to break my back. But it has to be done. That's how we make these beautiful gardens, right? So I'm going to plant things back here like catmint and hollyhocks, foxglove, chamomile, lavender, just all of your basic cottage garden plants, roses. But then I want to throw in some herbs, you know, your calendula and your dill and your fennel, yeah, lavender, lots of herbs. And I wanted it to be like just really cottagey. Originally, this was going to be a formal garden. So when we decided to add a couple boxes, which started because my brother-in-law built me that tall one for Christmas, I wanted to keep them like really formal looking. But I would honestly love it if they were covered in like the willow, because it's just more rustic and more potager looking, I feel, but it's okay. These are gonna work. They're beautifully made. My husband made them for me, my sweet husband, and I really enjoy the look of them. All right, so let's see what we got. So over here we have our limelight hydrangea. Now I put her in this year. I'm not sure if she's going to stay here because I'm a little worried she's not getting enough sun because she doesn't have that many blooms. But I'm just going to see, because like back here where there's more sun, I don't know why but you can see there's like a ton of blooms back here because that's where the sun shines through. So she may have to come out, but that's okay because I have an oak leaf hydrangea that's struggling a little bit where it's too shady, I think, and maybe I'll bring it here. And then this is my statue. I believe he is one of the 4 seasons, maybe autumn. I named him Jacob because My little nephew Jacob was with us when we got it. Then here we have a basket or wheelbarrow, which is just full of annuals. We have Super Tunia Vista bubblegum, Super Tunia Vista Snowdrift, which is not keeping up with the bubblegum. That's about all we got out of it. And look at this. Wow. I don't know what's happening there, but that's pretty neat. It's like they married. I don't know what is going on there. Huh. Well, they're very beautiful. And they're very massive. So, I mean, look, this is, what? This is one plant. Have you ever seen anything like that? It's tremendous. And then here we have a incredible hydrangea that's really struggling, but it's doing so well because I bought this as a stick on clearance last year or the year before. I want to say the year before, and this is the first year that it's bloomed, and so it's making a comeback. And this vegetable bed, this is the no-no bed because this is what I did. I got a bunch of seeds for, you know, like seed packs, pumpkins, squash, cucumber, zucchini, watermelon, and I put them all in there, and then I didn't thin them out because I didn't realize that the vines get like, which I'm learning is like 30 feet. Vegetable gardening is new to me. So we will travel this experience together, right? Okay, so what we have in here, I did try to thin some out. So it's still not good. But anyway, what we have is we have one teeny baby watermelon right there. This here is all one plant. Well, besides that, this right here is a cucumber, right? Yeah, Burpless Bush Hybrid Cucumber. Then this, which I just flung over there because that's kind of how things go in this bed, is a honeydew melon. That's so silly of me to do this, plant this like this. I believe this is a part of that honeydew melon as well. Here we have one triple threat pumpkin. Here we have one jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. And then we have a mess of winter squash. I mean, like, look, look at that. Oh my goodness. I tried to transplant these, okay, into one of my other beds, and they died. So now I'm afraid to thin it out. So it's just we're just gonna let it go. We're gonna let it do its thing, and we're gonna see what happens. Over here, this is the two newest beds. We just, my husband just made these this week. So these are some of the things I transplanted. So we have 4 of the jack-o'-lantern pumpkins right there. 2 look good, 1, 2 don't, right? Yep. Then here we have a zucchini. It looks pretty good. Over here we have strawberries. So they've been in a pot kind of tucked into a flower bed. So they're not looking their best. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Something ate them. So I had a bunch of strawberries here yesterday. Something ate them. Oh my goodness. What? Oh, yeah. And then this one has got something going on that looks like mold. I need to cut that out. What? I can't wait to tell my husband this. Because, like, something, so you can see right here, something dug in the bed, and we were like, what? I thought it was my dog, but my dog wouldn't have eaten this. And then here we have a green bean. It was a transplant as well. Wow, I'm just shocked something ate my strawberries. I mean, it happens, right? But I never see anything in this yard, so I don't know. All right, here we have jalapeno peppers. Got a good amount of them. It's really producing well. And then we have red bell peppers and green bell peppers. There was a tomato plant in here that did not make it. We also have a watermelon here. We have Walla Walla onions, which it looks like only like 5 made it. And sweet red, looks like 2. Then they have Denver carrots. And I believe that's pumpkin. Like I said, vegetable gardening is new. We have a boxwood here in the pot. Then we have this massive Red Hawk sweet potato vine. We've got some English thyme here. Supertunia Bordeaux. Nasturtium, which has not bloomed. This is my first time growing it, so I'm not really sure what to expect with it. But it's put on a lot of growth. It's just not, I don't know where the blooms would be, but it just doesn't have any. I have 2 of these and there's no sign of any blooms. Purple fountain grass, Supertunia Vista Snowdrift. We've got jasmine. Another green bean I tucked in as a transplant. More of the Red Hawk. I mean, it is. I did not expect that thing to get that big. It is really, really big. We got more of the Supertunia Bordeaux, the Nasturtium, the Snowdrift. The Red Hawk has taken over the entire box, basically. Here we have a Bonfire Patio Peach Tree. I've learned since I got it that the fruit that it produces is not all that edible. They say it's like really hard and tart. It's more of an ornamental peach tree. That's not really what I want for this spot because it's the potager garden. I really wanted like things that are edible, right? So it may go or be transplanted to somewhere else. Sweet potato vine. I believe, again, that's the Sweetheart source, Caroline Sweetheart Lime, and then a massive amount of Supertunia Bordeaux. Like, massive. Then another of the boxwood. In this one we have some curly kale. This box was originally for our guinea pigs. We have 6 guinea pigs, and so I planted things that they love. And it was full of iceberg lettuce, mini romaine, butter crunch, kale, carrots. And so as things have bolted and been taken out, we had a little space left. So I planted green beans. Then we have a triple threat pumpkin here. We've got a cucumber here. We have a massive indeterminate, unknown variety of tomato, but it has a lot. It's putting on a lot of fruit, and it's got a lot of buds. And this thing is almost taller than me. Well, actually, it is taller than me, and I'm 5'4". But see, we have a lot of fruit. It's really producing well all throughout. Denver carrots that may or may not make it because they're not getting an adequate amount of sun between these tomatoes. And this is a hybrid patio tomato. It's a determinate, so it won't get too humongous, but it is really full of tomatoes. Look at that. Here we have, I wanted to have something that was pollinator-ish. I don't know what happened here. Something eat it? So I planted the Rockin' Plan Blue Salvia and Godiva Orange Calendula, which I harvest a lot. I use it for my salves and tinctures that I sell on my Etsy site, which is the Sage and Thistle. And there's also a lantana tucked in there that can't keep up with the rest of the plants. But just look at this. Like, this thing is usually pretty busy. Look how sweet that little bee is. And this thing it was like one little thing, and I was like, everybody says Rockin' Playing the Blues is such a beast, and I didn't believe them, and now look at it. But I think it's darling, and I just love this basket mounted to the corner of this bed. It's just, it says kitchen garden, right? It just says old-timey kitchen garden. Over here on either side of the steps, we have 2 pots where you can no longer see the pot. We have some variegated sweet potato vine along with, I believe it's the Sweet Caroline, but I might be wrong because that one's really huge. And then we have Skyrocket Pennisetum in the middle. And it needs trimmed back because this sweet potato vine is, look at that, it's way back there. It's the house. So, like I said, all along here I want to do that walkway. I want to put the arbor and something growing up there. I need to plant something over here that's going to hide all of that utility type thing. And the trash cans, the hose, the air conditioning unit. Also next year, our first and biggest project is going to be to put drip irrigation throughout the entire property, through all the beds and everything. Because right now I'm watering everything with a hose every day, and it's a little crazy. We got another incredible hydrangea that I planted this year, and it's doing well. It's almost as tall as me already. Here, so from this right here, this post back to probably this post, we're putting a grape arbor. So my husband's going to build the arbor, and then in the spring we'll plant grapes. Not sure what the plan is for this area. This is where we had an above ground pool, and we took it out, and last year this was all sand. So we've just been slowly adding soil and grass seed and building this back up. As we get back here, I want to either do 2 things with this shed. Either I want to put a wall fountain and have vines coming up all around it, which right now I have 2 vines planted back there. One's an annual, one's a perennial. Or I want to put in a door and a window, non-functional, just for looks, just so it looks like a little cottage, and then decorate it up on the outside here. But for now, I have a hyacinth bean vine, just because I wanted something that was going to grow really quick and cover this wall. So my husband, he did a really cool design, which is impossible to see, but it's with fishing line and nails, and it's trailing that design right now. So that's really cool. I also have a climbing hydrangea, which I heard is going to take many years before it covers this building. So that's why we have the hyacinth bean to compensate. This is the hydrangea I said I may put where the limelight is. This is a Gatsby Moon oak leaf. It's not doing too well. I believe it has a fungus or something. It's got this white that I don't know really what it is. Somebody said thrift or something like that. I don't know. So I'm treating it with a 3-in-1, and we'll see what happens. I think it just might need more sun, honestly. I don't know. So there's that. Also, I'm saying I'm a lot today. Okay, so from the shed, all of this, don't mind my neighbor's house. I want privacy fence, but we haven't got there. So from the end of the hammock, from that tree, all of this is going to be the Japanese Zen garden, another next year project. So everything on this side of the yard is next year. From that tree, this one, all the way to the front, to the gate, is going to be the secret garden. And then this, I haven't really decided what this is going to be. Common area. So let's head on up to the deck. And of course I will plant this up, but I just haven't, that's again next year. So we go up the deck and we see my pot my container pot, whatever, that I absolutely love. Look at this. How beautiful is that? That is Super Tunia Red, Super Tunia Limoncello, Lemon Coral Sedum, and Red Canna. So our furniture all has like this tropical theme to it, so I wanted my plants to have that kind of feel as well. The ones that are up here. We've got elephant ear in a pot, which are bigger than me. This, I don't know what this is. If anybody, oh, my shadow. If anybody knows what this is, look at these hot pink stems. It was in the annual section. I don't remember what it was. My daughter pointed it out. And so if you know what it is, comment please. We have lemon coral sedum here. More over here, lemon coral, and some Super Bell tangerine something maybe. I'm not sure. Here, lemon coral sedum, sun patience, and an annual hibiscus. Again, trying to go with that tropical look. This is my blackberry blackberry bush vine. I don't know. It's a thornless. I was told that you can grow it in a pot. So I was not really anticipating this type of growth. It is big. So head over here. This is what's going to be the secret garden. We've got one part started. Because like I said, it's a next year project. This little thing right here is a blue chiffon Rosa Sharon, but it's not, I mean, it's not putting on growth like the others did. The others grew huge. I planted them all same time last year. This one's still pretty small. So this is the only area we've got done so far. Not done, started. And in the middle here we have a royal purple smoke bush and then 2 pots on the sides. The pots have fireworks pennisetum, and then you see this one, it has the red color because it gets more sun. We have a Raven sweet potato vine. I think that's what it was called, Raven. Look at that dark color. But look, this is why I picked it, even though they've engulfed the petunias. But look at these petunias. Like, look at that color, these colors together. Like, I've never seen a petunia like this. It's so pretty, these colors. They just went so well with that. And I think that I may repeat, if I can get them again next year, if I can find them, I'll repeat them in this bed. The original plan for this bed was for that smoke bush to be back further, because you can see that there's like a space behind there. It was supposed to be back further, and then a fountain was going to be nestled in against it. But then I forgot, I don't know how, because that was the plan the whole entire time. And I planted it out a little too far. So now I think the fountain's going to have to come over to the side somewhere, right? Like right in here or something. And then I'll plant around it. And that's the only thing that's been done to this side so far. I do have a little Japanese maple back there in the pot. This is the only thing for the Japanese Zen garden that's happened so far. And then we're back here to the front. We're back to the pollinator garden that you've seen in the last video. And so hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you like, there went a little dove. We scared her off. Hopefully you like to wander around people's gardens, get ideas, I love it when people comment on the videos, on our social media. I like to learn about gardening more. I don't know much. I mean, I know some, but I'm always wanting to learn more. And so together we can do that. But to do that, you have to like the video, you have to subscribe, and you have to share it, and you have to comment. So until next time, everybody have a great, beautiful day. Bye.